Здравей, Българио, възроди се и стани сега. Не напускай родните села, а се завърни и живей така. Здравословно, плодородно, научи се на много, покрай тази красива сътворена от Бога земя.
Hello and welcome to Moderni Zeleni, called young but not so young family with 2 kids. I'm sorry for the quiet voice, but now I'm working and we're sleeping with the kids in one room. So we have managed to candidate for a bank credit of 15,000 levs, which was the maximum that they approved us. We searched for a lot of houses for that price range, but during that time a lot of things happened and we didn't left with the same amount of money. So with the time the money just went away a little bit, and at the end we have left with 2-3 options for houses, and from all of them only one agreed to pay 80% of the price that was 15,000 levs, and the other 20% we had to pay as a loan, which was of course added to the Notarial Act, and so on. We have our oldie, and by oldie I mean she is old and she has a lot of problems as well, which I am aware of seeing the other videos. When you start from the roof, it was a terrible, and cracked walls everywhere, electric installation, water, no water, and so on. So this video is old, but we are already living in the house and renovating as well. But this is because circumstances required it to move on, because there was not much time. And so our journey begins. We're not exactly modern villagers or Moderni Zeleni with a nice fancy house. Maybe that's what is understandable by the name modern villagers. But no, I mean it's more like we're from the new generation that comes back to village life, to rural life, that we want to give some of our life to our kids as well. Apart from untouched and nice childhood in the nature, in the mud, playing with toys, playing with dirt. Of course, probably it won't be the same. We realize with the time that it is important for every child. We started the renovation from 2024, maybe around October. I started with the roof because it was in terrible condition, and so I fixed it with foam, some new tiles, metal endings and so on. Yes, it's not perfect, I know that. Because of the bad shape of the roof, there were so many compromised walls inside the wall because of the incoming water. I know that's not the perfect decision for the metal caps that I put it away, but that's what I got. For now they are actually holding up very well. So I actually finished the half of the roof. The other half of the roof I finished 6 months later. And it came to winter, and because there was no time, I only managed to come and actually put 2 poles for the electricians to come and wire the house. This channel was made because I think that the budget renovations that we are doing will actually be helpful, that it is possible and it will be helpful for many people who do not have possibilities for big huge renovations, expensive and so on. For us, and the materials and the time and money for builders are kind of luxury, so we are doing it ourselves. Please don't judge us, because we are doing whatever we can. In this video you will see how I lived in a tent in the back of our truck for about 2 months. I was taking a shower with bottles of water. Yeah, because in the house there was no water. I started first with the one room. I had to remove all the things down on the walls so I started to reinforce the walls. It was a heck of a job to remove the old mud work on the wall. I removed the old roofing. The skeleton was actually in good condition, so I used it and put some OSB and then some insulation and finishing with gypsum. So after that I removed the old floor, old tiles. I actually made I prepared it for concrete base plus concrete reinforcement for the underground part of the walls.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, lights away.
In the meantime, until the concrete brigade comes to pour the concrete,
So many stumps here.
they actually screwed me over a few times, and they came to I waited them so long, for maybe a week, and I cleaned the front yard. I bought a outside tent, which I put the small tent inside her, and I was sleeping there. And in the meantime, I also made small micro garden. Built the tent with my bigger son. Yes, I know we actually made the little garden too late, but it still had something at the end. Until now, the electricity was actually I bring the electricity in the truck, and now it is in the tent. But the concrete, I could say that it was a total disaster. Yes, I mean total. So the guy asked me if I want to pour it hard, and I said yes. I thought it will be easy to spread it along, but no, it was a heck of a job. Big mistake. Hard and so fast dry. It was my first time to actually pour such a big quantity of concrete. Around 4 cubic meters for that room. But anyway, with the time I fixed it. It also turned out that it is a little less than I expected. Because I actually dig more from the floor. And I didn't calculate it well. And yes, here is the fixed floor. Walls still unfinished. Meantime, I actually sent my documents to become priced for in the Bulgarian church. And also made the fence around the house. See, the kitchen is taking a shape. The kitchen is bought from a store. There are 2 kitchens, cheap ones, that we bought to make a big kitchen. Tiles are given from my brother, their gift, and also we used concrete tiles so we can lift with 10 centimeters the kitchen up. Well, for this video that's enough, I think. In the next video more, plus a better voice cover. Bye bye for now, friends.
Здравей, Българио, възроди се и стани сега. Не напускай родните села, а се завърни, живей така. Здравословно, плодородно, научи се на много. Покрай тази красива сътворена от Бога земя. Здравословно, плодородно, научи се на много. Покрай тази красива, сътворена от Бога земя. Здравословно, плодородно, научи се на много. покрай тази красива, сътворена от Бога земя. Здравей, Българио, възроди се и стани сега. Не напускай родните села, а се съвърни, живей така. Здравословно, плодородно, научи се на много, покрай тази красива, сътворена от Бога земя. Здравословно, плодородно, научи се на много, покрай тази красива, сътворена от Бога земя. Покрай тази красива, сътворена от Бога земя.